Hello everyone, and today it is finally here, the Casting Shadows board game, and more specifically the bundle I made a pledge to on Kickstarter, the Deluxe bundle. And when this arrived, it came in a very big box, and I was mainly just expecting this to turn up, the Casting Shadows exclusive edition. But this also came along with it, so I'm just thinking, okay, which one is which? So I assume this here must be the base game, while this here must have the exclusive content from the bundle. And as you can also see, what came along with it is this. Those are the acrylic player pieces of the characters in the game. So that is awesome. And up next is the Ice Storm expansion, featuring the two characters exclusive to this bundle, Frost and Talon. There we are. And then we have the card sleeves, 3-pack. So this must be what you hold the game cards in. And finally, the vinyl figure of one of the characters, Frill. And that's Frill Lilypad in his normal form, and that's Frill the Regenerator, his shadow form. So now that the game is here, I'm now going to showcase it, as I promised. So, let's get the plastic wrappings off them, and let's open them up. Alright, so what I got here is what I assume is the base game, but let's open it up and see what it actually is. And I know we technically know what's inside, but I'm still gonna say it. What's in the box? In the box. What's in the box today? What's in the box? Whoa. This here. These must be the player mats. Let's take the character which corresponds to this, which therefore must be Talon here. And these are the acrylic player pieces, which I'll get to quite soon. And oh, that's like one of the other exclusives. This here in their shadow forms. Very nice. It's like one of those mouse pads for your computer. That's what they remind me of. Yeah, neat looking artwork. I do like the more aquatic designs such as this one. Got like a narwhal character. And here's one of the main four. That dragon character. That's a cool looking one. Here we have Frost, one of the exclusives. Here we are. There's that. That looks nice. Here we have one of the other main four. That's another good looking one. Got a wolf one. That's basically what this character is. And here's what I've seen primarily. That Kitsune one, or that nine-tailed fox. That looks really nice. I like that one. And of course, finally, Frill. This one is immediately one of my favorites. Like so, because of the character. Because I like this character already, I instantly like this one. So that's what those things are. Oh, this must be the main board. So let's see how I can get this set up. Alrighty there, so that's this set up. So this must be where the tiles go, right about here. That's where your cards will go, and along here, as this looks like it, and I was just gonna say, have I got this upside down? But no, the logo is just there, so I've also got this right side up. So this must be more things to go with this. Maybe that's what's inside the other two boxes. Such as the exclusive edition and the Ice Storm expansion. What we also got here are these dice. These would be such as this stuff, such as this resources, spells, and etc. Well, these must be the resources, I assume. As you can see here, each one has a different symbol on them, representing a different resource. Well, they should be the little things just to keep track of what you've got, such as spells and resources. I'll really have to look into this. Like if there's any sort of manual which will explain all of these. But I'm only doing an unboxing video, so not really explaining how these work, since I've only just got these and opening them up right now. And these should be one of these things here. I don't really know how these two or these lot are gonna be like, or how they work, but I can always look into that and really find out what exactly these are used for. So up next is the Casting Shadows exclusive edition, and it's got a slight shine effect to it, which looks pretty nice, I'll have to say. So what is this got inside? Honestly, that was just a cover. How much could they box this up? Oh, yep. There we go. Rulebook, that'll explain everything. And that's just more of a lot of pieces, which would be the resources and spells. And that, I already know what this is. That's the dice tower. You pop those pieces out, assemble them, roll the dice down them, and it'll roll them for you. These will be the game cards. This here to explain how they work. You gotta make a travel, collect, refresh, re-roll, protect, and cast. And with these two card decks here, these will be all the different abilities that you can cast, such as attack spells. This one being a Spectral Slap, Lightning Bug, Bubble Trouble. What else? A Sinister Screech. That definitely looks sinister. And Infernal Assault. That looks cool. I like the artwork on that one. And these are your conversion spells. And these here are the companions. Here's the Speed Mouse. These would be the little characters that would help you along the way. Protective Panda, Sharp Edge, Curse Master Raccoon, Swamp Monster, and a Hydrattlesnake, just to name a few. I like that one. And this here is just another lot here. Another lot of the cards, such as the attack spells, and another conversion, and more of the companions, such as Dark Flutter, Little Shadow, Hammerhead Harvester, and Vital Shroom. I really like these, they look really nice. And also your counter spells. And these here, those are the card holders that you just slip the cards in between. So you got your counter spell cards, your companion cards, you got the deck for them, as the camera should focus on. Yep, there it is. Companion deck, and the main. So you just place your correlating cards into these and just keep them all safe. there you have it. And here, these would be the actual character cards themselves. So on one side you got the characters in their base forms. There's Nuzzle Thornwood, Tusk Swiftwave, a little narwhal, that's really nice. Iris Papillon, a little owl. Haze Greentongue, a little lizard. A little fox one. Kit Gale, really good looking one. And my favorite, Frill Lilypad. And with their shadow forms indicated by here. Hard there is their HP, which should be that. Can go up to, how long can it be? 18, okay. Or is it different for, would it be different for each character? It's always 18, seems to be. This here would be their shadow meter. Get that up to full. Their shadow form. So this was Nuzzle's shadow form. This is Nuzzle the Savage. Wolf one. Frill the Regenerator, my favorite. Kit the Turbulent, that nine-tailed fox form. Green Hazeltongue becomes Haze the Devastator. Sweet looking dragon one. Iris Papillon becomes Iris the Obscure, and that's also another sweet looking one. I like that one. Tusk Swiftwave becomes Tusk the Tide Master. Another good looking one. I have a bit of a fascination with like water-based creatures, so I do like him and Frill. And here we are. The tiles for the characters. These are must go on the board. And these would be the smaller player pieces that you would also use. I'm not sure you could even use the acrylic pieces for them as well, but you should be able to. And there seems to be 2 sets of these, such as Papillon, if I'm even getting that name right. Should do. Oh yeah. Those would be the shadow forms. All of them here. Oh. And we have more of the dice here. So it should be shadow forms and spells and resources. That's what all of these dice, or that's what all these symbols should mean on these die. And now up next is the Ice Storm expansion. What have we got for this? It should be pretty obvious on what we got. These are more of the tokens. Alright then. Yep. That's the extra content from the Ice Storm expansion. And here would be the 2 exclusive characters. Frost Polarpaw and Talon Lightfeather. And with their respective shadow forms, Frost the Merciless. Really cool, no pun intended. Talon Lightfeather. And then Talon the Dark Storm, and that looks sweet. And it's pretty much just like any other one. They just got their own tiles, the correlating tiles, which the characters would start off in, and then would go on the board. And those would be the 2 pieces for the characters, if the camera could focus on them. Not so easily, but here we go. It's just those 2. And the cards coming with this expansion pack, such as an Electric Twister, with a lot of attack spells, Frozen Flock, Draining Vines, Earth Shatter, looks pretty neat, Supercharged Jewel, Glacial Strike, hey. and Shadow Swarm, Groundbreaker, just to name a few. With the conversion spells, Orb Absorption, really cool, Gem Mutation, Orbulets, I think so. Again, just to name a few, and there's Shadow Fragments for them. Power up your character. Oh, Masked Monkey, that's a little unsettling. Scaled Alchemist, Undersea Healer, and Mirror Crab, really cool, and the counter spells, just to name some of those. So again, not an awful lot, just a little expansion there for those two characters and their exclusive tiles, the Ice Storm expansion. And this here is what a typical full setup would look like. And I even have the characters on their respective home tiles, both in their normal forms and shadow forms. And if you have the Ice Storm expansion, you have these two as well, plus that one extra tile. And all these tiles would have different effects depending on what you land on, such as regaining lost HP, acquiring resources, and even obtaining a shadow fragment. Transform into the shadow form. And lastly, I can't forget about these two. The vinyl figures, which I added to my order before they started processing them and shipping them out. The character of Frill, first up in his normal form. Cute little axolotl character, which I absolutely love. And ultimately in his shadow form, as Frill the Regenerator. I absolutely love this thing, it looks so awesome. And I'm so glad we were able to be given an option to add more to our order, especially these. Could have gone with all of them, but I just wanted Frill, because what a creature, and an epic looking one too. And that is the Casting Shadows board game and the Deluxe bundle I made my pledge to. I promised you to make a video once it arrived, and that's what I've done. So, thank you all so much for watching. And until then, take it easy.